Today's video is brought to you by SVS, makers of high-performance speakers, subwoofers, cables, wireless audio gear, and so much more. SVS provides thrilling and immersive audio experiences with expert support, white glove service, and a sound that far exceeds the price. To learn more, visit svsound.com and join the sound revolution. Victoria, well, at least say hi. Okay. All right. Well, hi everybody. Welcome back to another installment of the eAcoustics video series. My name is Emiko and I am your host. Today, we wanted to talk to you about music streaming. And I know what you're thinking already. I know about streaming. There's a bunch of platforms. I pay money for it and poof, the music appears on my source and I'm good. And you are right. But do you know how the streaming platform pay the music creators that you love to listen to on your systems? Now, you might be asking yourself why eAcoustics and I decided to make this video. So this goes back about a month ago when eAcoustics founder and publisher Brian Mitchell and eAcoustics editor-in-chief Ian White and I were on a very popular audio live stream, and we were talking about streaming platforms. And the conversation originally was supposed to be about what features each platform has and comparing and contrasting and making recommendations. Somehow the conversation sort of snaked around into this idea of, well, where does that money go and how is it allocated? Well, I raised my hand, of course, because by now it's no secret that I am a music creator and I also exist in the hi-fi and audio space. And I said, well, I can tell you where the money goes because I get some of that money. And then the conversation took this very unexpected turn. The rest of the live stream, just about, was spent talking about, well, is this fair? And should the audio industry and should the audio community do more to support and advocate for music creators? So the first thing that I want to explain to you is this. Statistically speaking, and we've checked a number of sources, the average hi-fi home stereo system is somewhere between $1,000 and $5,000. $3,000 to $5,000 is a bit more common, but between 1 and 5. Then you go into the audiophile grade systems, which are, you're looking in the low 5-figure digits, right? So 10, 15,000. Then from there you go into entry-level high-end audio and then this ultra high-end, $250,000, $500,000, $1 million systems at that point. The average consumer in the United States spends less than $1,000 on what they would consider to be a music listening system. Either way, listening to music generally calls for an investment. Even if you say, you know what, I don't have a hi-fi system, I just came across this video randomly and I listen to music on my phone. Well, then we could ask, what kind of phone do you have? Someone would say, I have an iPhone, or someone would say, I have an Android, whatever it may be. The likelihood is you did not spend $10 on your phone. The likelihood is you spent at least a few $100s on your phone. But either way, there is a music listening component built into your phone. So every single person in the modern day is spending some amount of money and is making some level of investment in something that allows them to consume music, which is wonderful because I certainly feel like music should be everywhere. I know I speak for my brothers and sisters at eAcoustics when I say that too. The reason that I wanted to share with you statistically how much people on average spend on their hi-fi systems is because I want to draw a visual for you. So if on average spend between $1,000 to $5,000, somewhere in that range, let's call that here. The average artist for one stream gets paid a fraction of a penny that is equivalent to 0.00 something. And then that third digit changes. So the gap is vast. It's a huge gap. So let's talk about the major streaming services. And before I list them out or list out some of them, I should say this. This video is not sponsored by a music streaming service. We are not endorsing any one particular, nor are we bashing any one particular. Any ones that I name are just random that popped into my brain because these videos are unscripted and we like to keep them conversational and organic. So just full disclosure, keep that in mind. So major streaming services, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Qobuz, YouTube Music. Did I say Amazon already? Rhapsody, iHeartRadio, Deezer. I actually have my phone where I have a list of these. Pandora, SoundCloud, Google Play, Bandcamp, Mixcloud, and Xbox Music. These are some of the larger ones. Oh, YouTube Premium, although I guess that counts as part of YouTube Music. This is really important because these platforms reach literally billions of people on a daily basis, which is amazing because it really does mean that music can be everywhere. So if music is so prevalent and music is everywhere, and we in the audio community love to spend money on our components and our systems, why do music creators get paid what they get paid from streaming? Why is it that the music creator is so undervalued, and yet the platforms and the methods by which we consume the music are valued so highly? So with that, I wanted to go through what each streaming platform pays the artist. Keeping in mind there are a couple of caveats to this before I tell you what the numbers are. The first caveat is that a lot of the ranges of pay depend on who the artist is signed to, or if they're signed at all. If it's a distribution deal, what country a listener is in, if a listener is using the free version of the streaming platform or the premium subscription version. It also depends how many seconds the song is being streamed. So are you still in the first 30 seconds or are you past that? There are a lot of factors that go into determining what fraction of 1 penny an artist makes. So I'm just gonna take a few of the streaming platforms that I researched that I know the numbers I was able to verify. And I'm just gonna tell you what they are. And again, this is an average number. There are ranges on either side of these numbers that come into play when we're factoring in the things that I just mentioned. So Tidal pays artists 0.012 cents per stream. Apple Music pays artists 0.008 cents. Amazon Music pays on average 0.004 cents. Spotify pays artists 0.003 cents per stream or thereabouts. YouTube Music, 0.002 cents. Pandora, 0.0013 cents per stream. And Deezer, 0.0011 cents per stream. Now, the reason that this is important is if you're listening to music on YouTube, which is where a lot of people get music, it would take an artist 500 unique streams to earn $1 on YouTube Music. So let me explain what a unique stream is, because this is something that a lot of people don't know. So a unique stream means you're not repeating the song, because that's another factor that comes into play when paying artists a certain fraction of 1 penny. Well, has the listener been listening to your song on repeat? If so, the value of the stream gets degraded and you get paid less money. Why is this important? Why am I making a video about this? And why did Acoustics think that this was a grand idea? Because we all go out and we spend our hard-earned money, well-saved, well-deserved money on hi-fi components. Some of these components are $500, some are thousands of dollars, but either way, none of them cost 0.003 cents. They don't. This is like the how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? How many streams would it take for an artist to earn the same amount of money as 1 pair of entry-level hi-fi speakers would cost? We can do the math. It's way more than it should take. I'm not saying this to be down on streaming, because I know it sounds that way. Streaming is very valuable. Streaming is a way, especially over the past 2 years during the pandemic, where a lot of us were able to discover new artists. For artists like myself, I was able to get new fans, and that's great. It kept things moving in a musical way. Streaming also has allowed us to take our music wherever we want to go. So it's always with us. Our favorite songs, our favorite memories, our favorite experiences are always close at hand and close in our hearts. So streaming has some wonderful aspects to it. But something to think about is, should the audiophile community and can the audiophile community be more involved in the advocacy of making sure that music creators get paid more money? Because I've seen, and for those of you that know me, you know that I love to get on the audiophile forums and post boards late at night just to see all the comments and see what's going on. And one of the most prevalent themes in the comments when people talk about music streaming is, well, I paid for the premium service, so I'm helping the artist. Well, I just want everybody to understand that while $9.99 up to what I think the top level streaming service premium level is like $24.99 or something like that, while yes, that's what they tell you, when you actually look at how much of that money is going to the artist, I hope that you realize the rest of it's not going there. And that's something that the Acoustics team and I felt very strongly about, because going back to that one audio live stream that Brian, Ian, and I were on, when I started explaining how little artists got paid, the comment section in the live chat started lighting up with the same comment over and over and over again. I had no idea that artists get paid so little. I didn't realize that my $9.99 wasn't going to the artist. I didn't know what artists are up against. I didn't realize that my money isn't going into the artist's pocket. So while we're not here in this video to give you an answer, and I'm not here to tell you how to do things, I do want to pose the question to you. Are there things that you can do individually on your own, maybe with your family or with your friends, to support music creators? Are there things that you feel we as a community, and for those of my industry colleagues that are watching this, that we as an industry can do to advocate more for higher pay for music creators, especially in this age of digital music streaming? Then we, Acoustics, would like you to leave us a comment below wherever you're watching this and let us know, because this is a conversation that is absolutely critical and worth having. Because ultimately, we are audiophiles. And even if you're somebody that's new to the scene and maybe you stumbled across this video by accident and you're not an audiophile but you just love music, that's awesome. Because just think about this. The artist still had to create the music, they had to write it, they had to record it, they had to mix it, they had to master it, they had to release it. There are all these steps that have all these people and all these processes attached to it that deserve fair compensation. So I just think that this is a remarkable topic. I think this is a rabbit hole that a lot of us could go down quite deeply and come up with some really good ideas. The purpose of this video is simply to bring to light some numbers perhaps that were not widely known, and that now I hope will be widely known, and I hope that will help you make educated and informed choices when continuing to stream, because streaming is here to stay and that's cool, but I hope that you'll keep these figures and facts in your mind as you go forward to discover new artists and rediscover the artists that you love based on this new information. So I hope you found this to be educational, if not then informative and hopefully inspiring. We're very serious about the idea of starting a conversation about how the industry at large can advocate for music creators, and there are plenty of ways to do that. So with that, I'm gonna sign off, but before I do, if you haven't yet signed up for the Acoustics newsletter, please head over to acoustics.com as soon as you're done watching this video. Sign up for our newsletter because our team has over 80 pieces of original content that we put out every month, and we don't want you to miss a thing, because aside from this video series, there are reviews, news items, press releases, product launches, human interest stories, playlist recommendations, all sorts of cool stuff going on in the Acoustics community. And if this video got to you, which I hope that it did, then go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell to turn your notifications on, and leave us a comment and let us know what your favorite streaming platform is, why you choose it, and what you think would be a good, real-life way to help bring this conversation forward and actualize some of the items that we're talking about. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Until next time, we will see you very soon. Bye!